I've got a question for you. For all you drivers out there that like to do your own maintenance, how often have you ever changed your brake fluid? I mean, been in the motor trade since 1993, and I can probably count on my hands how many times I've actually changed brake fluid for whatever reason, whether the customer wasn't going to pay out that extra little bit to have that done. When I worked at the Toyota garage, it was part of a service. I can't remember the servicing, and I think it was A, B and C and D servicing and different mileages, and every so many years you change the brake fluid. It doesn't get done, does it? I know some of you out there that might be fastidious with your maintenance probably do it every year or every 2 years. Obviously brake fluid is a funny old thing. It absorbs water. It's like a sponge, and it's a bit weird, a liquid being a sponge. When your brake fluid gets a lot of water in it, it obviously lowers your boiling point of your brake fluid. So obviously with water in it, when your brakes get hot, the water in the brake fluid boils, and that's how you get a lot of brake fade. So it is quite a dangerous thing if you don't change it. Now, I've said this in videos before, I get a lot of emails and a lot of people trying to send me junk to review on YouTube, and somebody sent me, or they emailed me, would you like to test a brake fluid tester? And I thought, oh, more crap. I said, oh, go on then. So anyway, it's this one, off of Amazon in a blister pack. Now this is going to go one of two ways. I read the reviews on this, and some people say fantastic, works brilliantly. Other people say it's crap straight out the bag. They put it into a brand new bottle of unopened brake fluid and it says it needs changing. So we're going to try it on the Range Rover today. This is the BF200 brake fluid tester. I don't know who makes it. It must say on here somewhere. King Bolan. King Bolan. Another one of these Chinese companies that just, I don't know. Anyway, one of the a few of the reviews was saying that it obviously takes batteries, 2 AAAs in the back, and it's got a little screw. So you undo the screw, slide it off. Now, a few reviews were saying if you leave the batteries in, it will drain the batteries. So switch it on. And it looks like that. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. It's got a light on the screen, so you can turn the light on and off and get the reflections out of it. The menu button, it selects between .3, .4 and .5.1. So if your car hasn't got any of those, it's not for you. So .4, .5.1, back to .3. And then right in the end here, it's got a torch. What use that is, I've absolutely no bloody idea. I'm filming all this inside the car at the moment. It's a little bit windy out there, so I'll we'll test it under the bonnet and I'll video it, and then we'll go into the garage out of the wind and I'll give you my final conclusions. I probably won't be leaving the batteries in. Looking at the reviews, I'll say that I'll put a link in the description if it's any good. If it's not, then I won't bother. It was only cheap, about €25 I think. Plastic, got a little speaker in the back, makes beeping noises, and a flexible thing that you poke in your brake fluid and it should come up, tell you if it's any good or not. So let's jump out of the car and we'll go and have a quick butcher's. So this is .4. And you can see that. I'm going to be putting it in there now. And that's gone up, that's just at the top of the OK section. So at the bottom we've got 0.5%, and in the OK we've got 1%, 2%, and in the triangle of doom section at the top here it's 3% and 4%. We're at the top of the OK, so we should be alright. And I'll take it out, just tap off the brake fluid, and you'll see that should come down now. I'll just wipe that end off. So I've just wiped the top of that off, and it's reading nothing now, so it does seem to be working. I'll try it in the garage. We've got a bottle of .3 in the garage. Right, we're out of the wind. Always starts getting windy when I'm about to film. So this is a bottle of brand new .3. I think, yeah, no, it has been opened. So I'll switch this on. Select .3, and this is obviously it's. Now you can see that one is right at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. So it's right at the bottom in the very good readings. So I would say that brake fluid is pretty good. Conclusions. It seems to work. The brand new bottle of, I say brand new, it has been opened when I did the front brakes on the Panda, but it's been in here, it's been sealed. That showed right at the very bottom 0.5% water content. Now on the Range Rover it was at the very top end of the OK, so that was about 2% water. When it gets into the top, the triangle of doom, that's 3% water, 4% water. You don't want that much water in your brake fluid. It does work. I don't know how accurate it is. It is, after all, €25. But if you do a lot of work on cars, you can obviously get more expensive versions of this. And I don't know how long this would last. I don't have a lot of through traffic of vehicles here. We've got the Panda, we've got the Range Rover. The tractor, I don't think has hydraulic brakes. No, I think that's all mechanical. So yeah, obviously the Range Rover, I mean that's 2010, so it's 13 years old now. It's the service history in the start of the book is all Land Rover, as you would expect. Someone's bought a brand new Range Rover, spent quite a lot of money on it. I don't know how much they actually cost in France when they came out. I will take the batteries out of this. I'm not going to trust that. A lot of people did say that it does drain the batteries. It does power off with the button, but because it's a tool that you're not going to use very often, once a year at the most. If you've got a fleet of cars, put your batteries in it, check all your cars. Just wipe the end off before you put it in the next one. It does seem to work quite well. As I say, I don't know how accurate it is, but I thought I'd just do a little video. It's something that not a lot of people do. Or check is their brake fluid on their cars. Yeah, you check the level, and as I say, I don't know why, but over my years in the motor trade I could probably count on my hands how many times I've actually changed brake fluid on a car. When it comes to changing brake components, like on old cars, quite often wheel cylinders go on the back. Change those, you bleed your brakes. If you bleed in your brakes out quite regular, changing brake pipes, anything like that, that's quite often when the brake fluid will get changed. And you know, as long as you do it on each corner of the car, it will get nice, get it through. What we used to do at the one garage I worked at was we had a big syringe and we used to suck out all the old brake fluid in the master cylinder, fill that up with new, and then bleed all the brakes out, which is probably the best way to do it. Or you could just get a device. We had a pressurised system where you put it on top of the master cylinder and it pumped brake fluid in, and you just crack off your bleed nipples and do it like that. So yeah, a lot of people would have changed their brake fluid without doing that as a specific job, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that's it. The link will be in the description. It is an affiliate link, so anyone buys one of them, we probably get about 20 pence. It doesn't cost you any extra, and it helps us out. Every little helps, as they say. Anyway, that's it for the King Bolan BF 200. I'm assuming that's brake fluid 200. Let's get the batteries out of this, and then I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.